Away we go. Mace Hendricks in the green straight through the centre. Michael Vanthourenhout in the white and red colours. Niels van der Putter in the blue. There will be a huge amount of pressure on Niels van der Putter today to keep this lead. When we were here last year, it was a win for Joris Nieuwenhuis ahead of Elisabeth Niels van der Putter in third place. Niels van der Putter looking to take the Telenet Superprestige series for the second time in his career. Mace Hendricks gets a great start. Kevin Kuhn, Narayan Camp, the blue. Cameron Mason moving up. Felipe Alt just trying to find his way through. And you see it, lap one, this course, a lot of banks, a lot of things to negotiate. We've got here Joran Visura just getting shuffled back a little bit. Jente Mikkels is there. Mace Hendricks getting an absolutely phenomenal start. So is Cameron Mason here. It's a good start from the British champ.
Really good start from Cameron Mason there, right up there in the top 5 right now. In terms of the overall, Niels van der Putter had to finish within 4 places of Michael Vanthourenhout to retain that overall, because he's coming in here leading with 91 points. Nieuwenhuis looks round, has a quick look back to see what the gap is.
So through the line for Joris Nieuwenhuis and Gerben Kuipers, 2 leaders. Cameron Mason going through at 5 seconds, so still closable for the British champion. As our next group go through here, Mace Hendricks, Niels van der Putter, Michael Vanthourenhout, Vitsim Nayusen, and then Felipe Orts. Mason's got to take advantage here, Ian, to try and get back in. Michael Vanthourenhout is on a tear through the field here. Cameron Mason may get a ride up, back up to the front group on the wheels here of Michael Vanthourenhout. Niels van der Putter, we sense here on lap 3 of 9, is the rider that is under pressure. He has got to find a way to get back to Michael Vanthourenhout ahead of him. He's very, very strong. He's got a lot of power for these banks as the man in blue. But he cannot let Michael Vanthourenhout get out of his sight here. And you can see the pressure. You can see the grimace on Cameron Mason trying to stay with Michael Vanthourenhout at the moment.
One section of the course that Michael Vanthourenhout just struggled with ever so slightly, that off camber where he dismounts on the right-hand side of the bike. His bike was up high against the barriers on the left-hand side and just caught hold of them. Interesting, he really struggled to get his feet into the footprints there where everyone else is dismounting to the left of the bike. So small section of the course where he's potentially disadvantaged.
16 seconds back to Cameron Mason leading Niels van der Putter. So Cameron Mason from the 7 Racing team. Niels van der Putter riding in the colours of Alpecin Premier Tech.
So right now, Van der Putter got it all under control. Nieuwenhuis looks all out of sorts, has kind of held the gap for half a lap, but looks like he's falling back again now. Visura past him.
Back to our leaders. Gerben Kuipers not making it easy for Michael Vanthourenhout to get back to him.
No, I'd have thought Michael Vanthourenhout would be shouting up to the young teammate, slow down and let me into the wheel, and then we can work together. It would be the situation come the end. He could potentially gift the race win to his teammate if the overall was secure, but Van der Putter really good right now, up into 3rd place. Looks like he's got everything under control right now. Even if Michael Vanthourenhout was to take the win, although he's got some trouble on this run-up, just struggled for footing near the bottom and eventually made his way across to the right-hand side of the course and got hold of that kind of barrier roping to the side and hauled himself to the top.
At the end of lap 4 here, Gerben Kuipers looks around. He's got his teammate Michael Vanthourenhout right on the wheel. He'll be able to just put sounds of good power, but our series leader, Niels van der Putter, is in the background, grabs himself an energy gel. It's time for a quick injection of some nice sugars and the energy gel. A lot of riders now favour them during races, especially at this sort of level for an hour. Joris Nieuwenhuis, they're going to, he's decided not to pit this time.
That's interesting. It looked like he looked up and maybe got a signal from the team, yeah. waving his arms, maybe got a signal from the team that the bike wasn't ready, and so he dived back out on course, didn't go in to get a bike change. Absolutely, no UCI cyclocross win in any country is a doddle or an easy win. You have to fight for it all the way in terms of those UCI points. 9 times out of 10, you're up against someone that is at these Belgian races on a regular, potentially not one of those top 5, top 10 riders, but solid, good riders will also follow you around to your home country potentially, or you got the home riders, the French, those French Cups that are so strong on home soil.
I mean, you go through 23 seconds now for Niels van der Putte, so the gap is growing to the 2 leaders. Yeah, real difference there. Oh, what a shame. Gerben Kuipers, his teammate Michael Vanthourenhout coming through, and this is where riding with a rear flat is controllable. Riding with a front flat is almost impossible, isn't it?
Oh, you've got to feel for him. What a ride he was doing, but unfortunately for Gerben, just has caught something with that front tubular. We haven't seen many punches at all today. He has to run this now, no chance of hopping those with a front flat. Really unfortunate. Niels van der Putte will be being told now, I'm sure, that Gerben Kuipers has got that front flat, whether he wants to speed up or needs to speed up. The marshal telling him, but he's stretching that back. Maybe he's just happy with 3rd place right now.
Into the sand for Gerben Kuipers. You can see just how flat that tyre is for the Belgian rider.
He was really impressive riding that front flat, even through the sand, but now Van der Putte making his way up towards the wheel of Kuipers. He's shaking his head. Has he got another mechanical?
Looks like he maybe had another one for Gerben Kuipers, and you just have to feel for him, because for a rider like this who's just been on the sort of fringe for so many years of that huge victory, as you said, there's the Robot Land Cross in Essen, but there's the Telenet Superprestige series, and races like Middelkerke are something else altogether.
That is really unfortunate. He had a good lead coming across the line, but obviously had a mechanical, probably another puncture on that first section of the course, and had to change once more. Certainly wouldn't have had to change literally half a lap later due to the mud building up. These riders have been doing more or less 2-lap changes, and he drops down into 3rd place. This can be a cruel sport at times.
Is safe overall. Vanthourenhout just cruising, you would say now, to be able to take this one out of the final corner. Michael Vanthourenhout, he threw down the challenge to Niels van der Putte for the general classification today. Takes the cross here in Middelkerke for the first time in his career. Behind him, Niels van der Putte, ice cool as always, takes the Telenet Superprestige series for the 2nd time in his career. And behind, we will see the teammate of Michael Vanthourenhout, what might have been the Gerben Kuipers MVP for Paushausen Alters Industry Bowl today, takes the 3rd spot on the podium and makes it an all-Belgian podium. Just looking for his teammate. He did a huge job for Michael Vanthourenhout today.
He most certainly did, and Michael Vanthourenhout immediately congratulates him / thanks him for the work that he did here today. Felipe Orts, really good ride from him. 4th place, you'd say. Probably not the best conditions for him, a little bit tougher going, slower average speed than he'd probably want, but really good form at the end of this season.
Yeah, I think he's been really measured and really sensible in how he's attacked this season in terms of those races, going back to Spain, picking up some big wins back there as well. So it's been a great season.